Hey guys, what's up? I'm Ella and I'm super excited about today's video because we're going to be unboxing the new M1 Pro MacBook Pro. I got the 14-inch version and ever since I saw these announced, I was just super excited because there's 120Hz, there's a bunch of ports, and of course the M1 Pro and M1 Max chips are super powerful. And right now I am actually struggling with my current computer, the Intel 16-inch MacBook Pro. I really wasn't planning on upgrading this soon, but just lately it's been really struggling with video editing, and that's why I decided to upgrade. I have a lot of faith in these new chips. I've heard a lot of good things about them, so super excited to check those out. And yeah, without any further ado, let's just get into this unboxing. Here it is. Wow, oh my goodness. It's actually quite light. I was kind of expecting it to be heavier. Take this out. First look at the M1 Pro MacBook Pro. I feel like it looks more square than like previous MacBook models. And also I think the Apple logo is bigger too. I have to do a side-by-side comparison, which I will grab my old computer later. But first, let's check out what else is in the box. So first we have this cable, and it's actually a super nice cable. I usually don't really care about the cables, but this one is braided and it's nicely textured, and also there's MagSafe. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about MagSafe. I know lots of people like it, it seems like, but for me, I first had the MagSafe on the 2017 or 2018 MacBook Air, and I didn't really like that thing because it would always just like fall out. But at the same time, it is easier to plug in a MagSafe cable compared to a regular USB cable. It just goes in. Oh wow, okay. The magnet is definitely really strong. I think this is, I'm gonna break the MacBook. Okay, I gotta be more careful. I definitely think this MagSafe is a lot stronger than the old MagSafe cable that I had. Okay, so yeah, this is really good because I don't think this will just like randomly fall off. I think you actually do need to like yank at it to get it off, but it's still super easy to snap it on. So I do think this will be an improvement over just using USB-C. But also I want to talk about this cable because this is seriously such a nice cable. It is braided and has this nice texture, and overall just feels like it's very nice quality. It's also very like flexible. It doesn't feel stiff at all. So I think this cable should be able to last a really long time. I don't think it will fray or peel easily. Okay, and there's not much else inside of the box. There is a brick, and there's also this envelope that has all of the paperwork and things like that. And the thing that I'm most excited for is the Apple sticker. I saw online that the stickers would be black, and I've never had black Apple stickers before. The black stickers do look quite nice. All right, so I brought over my 16-inch MacBook Pro. This one is the 2019 one, the Intel one, and actually the last Intel 16-inch MacBook Pro. So this 14-inch MacBook Pro is actually just as powerful as the new 16-inch MacBook Pro. They are on the same level. So this means that this new MacBook Pro is a direct replacement for this old MacBook. I am hoping that I will be able to do everything on this smaller 14-inch MacBook. Okay, but first I want to talk about the physical build differences. So if I look at both of these just from the top, so immediately I noticed that the new 14-inch MacBook Pro has a more square build. And of course we have the new ports. So this one has the MagSafe port, 2 USB-C Thunderbolt ports, 1 headphone jack, and then on the other side we have an HDMI port, another USB-C Thunderbolt port, and an SD card slot, which I will probably get a lot of use out of. This is definitely a lot more variety compared to the previous model, which only had 4 USB-C Thunderbolt ports. One thing that I do a lot is importing footage from my SD card, and with the old Mac, I always need a dongle of some sort. I actually have like 2 different dongles so I can import 2 different SD cards at the same time. But with the new Mac, I think I can probably do like 3 SD cards at the same time. I think this will be beneficial to my workflow. All right, so that that's pretty much it for the outside physical differences. Now I think I'm just going to set up the new MacBook, play around with it, and then come back and kind of tell you guys some of my first impressions. All right, so it's been a few hours. I set up the new M1 Pro MacBook Pro. So fun to say that. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on it. I also did a little bit of editing and played around with the keyboard, did some monkey type, and yeah, I'm ready to tell you guys my first impressions of this. And it's really good. I really like this thing, and I'm really excited to start working on it. So first, let's just talk about the size differences, because that was one thing that I was debating on, whether I should get a 14-inch or another 16-inch like my old one. So with my old 16-inch, I had kind of like a love-hate relationship with its size. On one hand, I really liked the big screen. I liked how I can take it with me somewhere else, like to a cafe or a library, and I still have plenty of screen space. I can have multiple windows open at the same time, and I'll still be able to see everything. Like, it won't feel too small. So I really like that aspect. But on the other hand, sometimes it did feel too big, and it was also really heavy too. So it wasn't the most fun carrying it around with me. That's the main reason why I decided to just, you know, try out the smaller laptop, try out the 14-inch. And so far, like, I really like it. The screen is certainly smaller, but it still feels plenty big enough. Even when I tried video editing on this thing, I still felt like I had plenty of space to do my work, and it did not feel too small and too cramped. So I think I will be sticking with the 14-inch. The screen size is big enough for me, but at the same time, it's still small enough so that I can hold it very comfortably like this. And while I was doing all the things on the new 14-inch MacBook Pro, like watching my YouTube videos, video editing, I noticed that it didn't get hot and the fans never turned on. With my old 16-inch MacBook Pro, it would get hot very easily. And actually right now I'm noticing that it's getting hot and it's not doing anything besides recording the audio. But this is a common occurrence. Its fans would also kick in all the time, especially when I'm video editing. Like, the entire time that I'm editing my video, the fan is just screaming. It's actually pretty annoying. And with this new one, I did edit a good chunk of my iPhone 13 unboxing video on this, and the entire time, the fans did not kick in at all. I was like, is this thing fanless? Like, are you the fanless M1 MacBook Air actually? Like, did I get scammed? And it also didn't really get hot. At one point, I did take it with me and put it on my lap, and I was like, wow, it's not burning my leg. So yeah, this thing seems very efficient. I'm sure it will also save me a ton of time with compiling code. So the new screen actually has a 120 Hz refresh rate, which was an upgrade that I was not expecting at all, but I'm definitely very pleasantly surprised. And I actually can see the difference. On the new screen, when I'm moving my cursor around, it looks super responsive, whereas on the old screen, there is more of a noticeable lag. Unfortunately, neither Chrome nor Safari supports 120 Hz yet, but hopefully that will be fixed soon so that I can scroll through my articles and r/tennis with the 120 Hz refresh rate. The new screen also has mini LED, and I did watch some HDR K-pop stages on this, and they looked absolutely stunning on this display. So yeah, I love this new screen, and it's definitely the best laptop screen that I've seen. Okay, and with the notch, so I don't hate it. It's kind of distracting sometimes. It's just kind of weird seeing a notch on a computer, but I did find an app called Top Notch that basically turns the top part of the wallpaper black, so it essentially hides the notch. Right now I have it on and I cannot see the notch at all, but it's not wasting any screen space because the menu bar is actually on top of the black bar. And regarding the keyboard, so it is very nice, but it's the same Magic Keyboard. Like, there's nothing special or different about it. I did love the old Magic Keyboard, and I will still love the new Magic Keyboard. There is one aesthetic difference, however, and it's that the back plate of the new keyboard is now black instead of matching with the rest of the laptop. So on the old 16-inch, it was space gray, but this time it is completely black. And I gotta say, I really like this new look. I think it looks more sleek and more clean. And there's also no more touch bar. We got the regular function keys back. Honestly, I didn't hate the old touch bar. I was fine with it. I didn't particularly love it because it didn't like boost my productivity or really was very useful, so I'm not going to miss it on the new MacBook. I'm super excited to start working on this thing. I will be editing this video on this new MacBook. I will be making more videos related to the MacBook, so be sure to subscribe so that you won't miss those. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I really hope to see you in another one of my videos. Bye!